We see a lot of tension. I keep thinking about the beginning of World War II. I think I see movies about it, and people were discussing it's possible something might happen in the world. And really, I think nobody was prepared for what was going to happen. I think you see these unusual letters that were written to each other by people at the beginning of that conflict. And it just feels like they are normal people. They feel like life is going to continue as normal. But actually, they were on the edge of a great conflict which killed 100 million people. And I honestly feel at this moment in history that we are in a similar position. We have great tensions between the great powers of the world, all over the world. And it's actually, I think, quite a dangerous time. And it's a time when, if we make a mistake, it will affect the whole world for hundreds of years or 1,000 years. And I feel like this university's mission, part of the mission of this university, is to bring together people from the eastern part of the world and from the western part of the world. And my experience is that whenever people meet together, whenever people work together, whenever people study together, immediately the risk of conflict drops significantly. So I think especially if people who are studying in a university, whether it's an MBA or an EMBA or a BA degree, I think when people get together and meet each other at a university, and especially a university which has one campus in the United States and one campus in Asia, I think you're going to get people mixing together, people meeting each other, people understanding each other more. And I think then the risk of a conflict in the world, it drops immediately. It immediately drops. If we just talk to each other, if we just meet each other. So in that way, the university is kind of a reason for people from East and West to meet each other and learn the greatest ideas from the West and from the East, which in my opinion will help make the world a much safer place and a much more peaceful place and a much more happy place for all of us.
Hello, my name is John Brady.
Hi, my name is Earl Burney.
I'm Jean.
And I'm Kelly.
My name is Uta.
It is really very, very touching because I think it's not an easy endeavor. Some of them might be very, very challenging, yet he is so determined that this has to start. He even has a vision of 1,000 years, which is very amazing.
I've known Geshe Michael for now 26 years, and I think this has always been his vision, to complete this remarkable career, probably some of the greatest content in our time.
Well, I personally think that he's a visionary. I think he's doing greater good and wanting to create for future generation, using the ancient wisdom to create something more for the future generation too.
Now at his 70th birthday, to launch this new project, in his vision will last 1,000 years and be a place that will really change the world. And so it speaks to me of the relentlessness of Geshe Michael and the vision that he can create that inspires so many people to join him in this vision and to create something that truly will change the world.
And I think it's really cool because he has years, of wisdom and experience as well to be able to guide entrepreneurs, business owners, to be able to develop their businesses, or any endeavors they have in their life.
I am so excited to hear about this university because knowing that Geshe Michael is involved, it will be an elite university. And of course, the very special flavor of this university is going to be that it also teaches every success is reached by cooperating with others and not being in competition with others. And that is totally unique.
And this is something very special. There is not even a single educational institute in this world who can tell openly that they can do diamond mining. Well, what it means is that we are mining the wisdom and the knowledge from the ancient world and adopt it for the modern life. So this is something I would say a very strong sell point of this new university.
We want the most effective way that we can grow our business, grow our team, grow our organization, and do well, make our business for many more generations to go.
And I think it's the most powerful time. I think it's the most exciting time. And the results of that, to see that grow, is very special. And you only get one chance to do that. You only get one chance to be there at the beginning. I encourage people to take that opportunity.
I wish that this university is only the beginning of actually influencing all other universities around this globe. So I cannot wait to see the young people go there and us see a world of peace and happy success.
You're going to see the quality of the teachers is because I know I would get an education that's complete. It's not just about you becoming a professional and going into a job market. It has to do with a bigger, broader scope of the world and how you yourself can expand what you've learned to more people. And I think that's one of the most remarkable things that this university can teach us how to do.
Okay, I would like to really wish the new university, DSEU University, Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University, and all the people involved, and of course all the future students, all the success you have ever wished for, and may you become super successful.
Is that people come together with the spirit of Geshe Michael's teachings, but to create it with harmony and love and compassion, and my wish that people come together
And I would like to say to everyone, who might be considering being a part of DSEU, do not miss out on history in the making. It's really, really cool, and we wish you great success and all the best.
Yay, amazing. Hello. Hi to everyone in the world who is joining us today. Maybe you are watching us online and live or right now, or you will be watching our recording. Hello to everybody. And before we start, I want to say thank you so much to our dearest interpreters. We have several languages being translated today. We have Spanish, we have Russian, we have Ukrainian, and we have Vietnamese. So we have 4 languages, including English as well, 5, sorry. I also want to say thank you to our technical team and all the volunteers who are here. And I want to invite you now to our webinar. If you are still thinking about some of your friends who want to join us, please send them our Zoom link so they can quickly join us. Our program today will be about 1.5 hours, maybe a little bit more. We will try to squeeze all the important information in. And today is the 30th of December, right? Just one day before the New Year's, before 2025 comes. And this webinar from one side is actually a thank you, is a way of thank you to you as a gift, to every one of you as a gift, to everyone who supported us, to everyone who wished us well, to all our pioneer students, current students, and those who will come to us, and future students, to everyone who is supporting directly or indirectly. This is our gift. We will talk today about our updates. We have unexpected updates, especially about our EMBA program. I'm not sure if you heard it, but Edmund will tell us all about it today. We have a recording from Geshe Michael's class, one of his classes, and I hope you will get a lot of insights. And we also have some feedback from our current and future students who want to share why they are joining us and why they want to become a student of DSEU, Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University. Hello, everyone. My name is Dinara, Dinara Mindesheva. I am originally from Kazakhstan. I work in DSEU. Currently, I live in Canada. And I love this project. I really like to support it. And please continue supporting it. Please continue doing that. And I really appreciate you doing that. And before we start, please say a few words about yourself, maybe your name, maybe where you're from, maybe what do you know about the university, or maybe how long do you know about the university. For example, do you know why we use word silk in our name, in the DSEU name? For example, diamond, maybe most of you know. However, I'm not sure. Maybe you know, maybe not. But why we use silk? I think it will be a great question for you to think about. And write where are you from, which country you're from, so we can rejoice and think like how big our audience is, right? Especially before the New Year's. And by the way, thank you so much, everyone, to joining us today, because I know in some parts of the country, this is a very special holiday, especially like New Year's Eve, and you are still joining us, you want to contribute, or you want to support us, or you want to hear a lot of new things, and that is really great. Those are really great actions from your side. Thank you so much. Our chat is empty somehow. That's interesting. Okay, I will be waiting for your feedback. Please write at least where you're from. And how is the weather, by the way, in your part of the country? Is it storming? Is it windy? Is it a lot of snow? Is it sun shining maybe? It would be also interesting to know. Thank you, Evgeny. He's from Russia, and Evgeny is helping us with recording today. Great. And without further ado, I want to invite, not probably introduce. Oh, I see your messages. Great. Boston, Florida, USA, Shanti. Yay, Violet from Vietnam. Wow, amazing. Amazing. I'm always amazed how many countries are joining our webinars. Ukraine. Perfect. I want to invite Edmund. He is one of our main specialists. He is responsible for many things in the Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University. And among others, he is responsible for the methodology as well. And he takes part in creating programs as well. So he knows how it is done. He knows everything from the inside. And he is one of our first persons who joined the DSEU. Edmund, I invite you to talk about a little bit about the university itself, because I think we mentioned quite a lot about different aspects of the university. Hi. I think we mentioned about different aspects of our university, but I want you maybe to focus on the mission and vision and maybe values as well of the university, just to kind of re-emphasize on that, why it's important, why the project is important, why we are going through. And I also know that you have some updates because Edmund and his team traveling all over China right now during these days. They are having a lot of meetings with different groups of people, inviting them to join and support the DSEU as well. So they are very busy, but at the same time, they have a lot of interesting things to share with us. So please, Edmund, the floor is yours.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Dinara, for the introduction. Yeah, hi everyone from all over the world. Yeah, my name is Edmund, and then for those who don't know me well, actually I joined DSU for more than 2 years now by now, and previously before I joined DSU, I work for actually the largest accounting firm in the world, which is PwC, for more than 24 years. And then, of course, it actually is my pleasure and my honor to that I come up to join DSU about 3 years ago. And then just what inspired me more actually is what I would like to talk about is the mission and vision of the DSU. And now, actually, as Dinara have mentioned, we just start our recruiting of our next cohort students. Actually, I'm now in Beijing now. Before that, we go to Hangzhou and Shanghai, and then afterward we will go to Guangzhou and also Xiamen, which means different cities in China. And also we will have a lot of webinar like we have having now, and also we will also have another webinar online for Chinese speaking people as well. Yeah, for the mission and vision, as you know, I would like to know if anyone know about what is our mission and vision for DSU. I don't know. Yeah, for the vision, I can, in fact, as this is one of the things that inspire me most, and it is also one of the reasons why I joined DSEU, because nowadays, as you know, the education system and different places, especially after the development of AI, keep changing very, very fast. In fact, yesterday when we have a seminar in Hangzhou, we met one of the professor in the most famous Zhejiang University. I don't know because in China this is it is almost one of the top 5 universities. We met one of the professor in the university, and we talk about how they feel about the education in nowadays. It's very surprised to me that his answer is that he's quite worried about the situation we have in our education. Why? Because he feel that is kind of quite the way they teach as compared with what people need to learn in university is quite there's a broken link there. So I think for me is that one of the reason why DSU was founded in these 2 years is kind of to make up this gap, because as you know nowadays the university what the way they teach mostly from Western part, but they did not have the Eastern part, which is very also important. So the vision of the DSU is that we will pull the best knowledge from the East and also from the West, and then we combine it together in our curriculums. So in that case, our students can learn the best from the West and also the East. So this is how we design our course, and also our vision is that by this way we can connect the teaching from both sides, and also as some of you may know, we plan to build a campus one in the East and one on the West as well. We will select basically now they will select 2 locations. One will be in Sedona and the other will be in Kyoto. This is also part of the reason why we build the two campus in different region in the world. This is one of the mission we would like to achieve, and then by this way we will bring the people closer together and achieve the more harmony to the world. This is what we would like to achieve. In terms of the value, actually, as you know, the name of our university is Diamond Silk, which represented we use the diamond cutter knowledge as one of the core values of our university, which means that we will put it. Sorry, is this the translator's voice? Maybe in a different wrong channel. Yeah. Okay, it's good now. Yeah. So the value of our university is that we seek to do our part to build entire work as a mutual cooperation rather than and competed to each other to achieve our goals. We will our core value is that we will achieve goals by helping other people. Yeah, this is the mission and value of our university. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then one more thing I would like to share, because we talk about our a lot about because when we visit in Princeton this year, we formalized that to use the culture mining as one of DSU's homework. Yeah, we can maybe you can show the PPT on page 5. This is what we the way when we design our I would like to say is that one of the core sources of our how we build our university. We have 3 fundamental sources, which you can we go to the slide 8? Yeah, this is the how not this one, slide 8, which have 3 pictures. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the 3 fundamental sources for our DSU. From the picture, is anyone to guess what is the 3 fundamental sources? Anyone can guess? The first one is a picture of a university.
Yeah, it's a
Anyone can guess?
university, right?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
from yeah, it is actually is a prime one of the oldest building. It's a prime hall in Princeton. Actually, Geshe Michael took his university in this building, and he studied Sanskrit there. This is actually one of our source, how we develop our curriculum by Geshe Michael. So this is the study from the modern university like Princeton's, and the other one from the bottom. I think everybody would recognize this picture.
I'm not sure.
Everyone know about the building?
Looks
Yeah, it
like
is.
I'm international.
Yeah, it is Anding. This actually represented one of our major sources from how we design our courses is from the business experience by Geshe Michael Roach himself. This is the second source. And then the third one, it is the Asian classics. Actually it's an old building in West China. So this is where we find our Asian sources from. So actually, with these 3 elements, actually we Geshe Michael himself with his accumulated knowledge about which is sourced from these 3 areas, and then he come up with the courses we have. Now there's also I think this is quite very very unique, and then I think there is no any other business school have similar source of course design, especially from the Asian Classics Plus. And by the way, in September this year, we have a tour. We have a study tour in the United States. We go down to the next slide? Yeah, actually, our students actually visit these 3 places with Geshe Michael himself this year in September. Yeah, can the tech team help show the next slide? I think yeah, this one. So you can see in this picture that actually we are visiting Princeton and also the Anding buildings and also Sedona with Geshe Michael himself in this September in the class of DSU. Actually, as one of as one part of our course designs, actually we bring our students to the places that Geshe Michael study his university, and also Geshe Michael spent a lot of time in Sedona to translate the Asian classics languages, and also we visit Anding building. And actually we have classes and inside Anding building in this September with our DSU students. It is quite a unique experience for our students that can have the classes in the places that Geshe Michael himself studied and translate and also work in his past in the past. Yeah, this is what I would like to share. For how we design the course, and also most importantly, other than the eastern part, which is very important, we also have the western part. So can we go to slide 11? Yeah, this slide shows that how it is one of the way that we design our course, because from the eastern part, I believe most of the people in the room know that one of our major teachers will be Geshe Michael. He will he will design and also teach in person for all our courses from the eastern part. So from the west, actually we will have our professor from the business school. They all of them have many years of teaching experience in the business school in the United States mainly. For example, we have one for example the class of the negotiation mastery. We have a professor from graduated from Harvard, and he's a lawyer, and he's also teaching the lawyers the law in the state. But in this way, we will have the teacher from the West who teach the Harvard professor will teach from the West perspective, and Geshe Michael will teach from the East perspective. And then from our student, he will listen to the class from the East and the West, and then combine it together, and then to adopt it in the business. So this is how we design the course. Actually, for each of the courses, we have similar design. Yeah.
Great. Yeah,
This
that's
is one of the very unique.
Thank you, Edmund. I'm just looking at the time because people are all waiting for the class, I think, with Geshe Michael. That's one of our presents that we promised. But I like what you're saying. Can you tell us a little bit more about the SLP? What SLP means and why it's called that way? What's the new thing? And actually, I invite everyone to listen carefully because I really love the idea here. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, the SLP, maybe I start from actually in last year, we have two programs, which is MBA and EMBA. And then for next year, and our first class, which lasts for about 20 months, and then our first batch of the student will graduate in March this year. And then at the same time, in fact, now we are recruiting our second batch of students. So in this year, we will continue have MBA program. And then we will roll out two new programs. One of them is YLP. I think in the previous section we discussed about YLP a lot. Which is the program is focused more the target audience students for this YLP are mainly people from age from 18 to 22, which is most of them are studying in university, and this is YLP. And this year, actually for SLP. The name of the full name of SLP is called Stratosphere Leaders Program. This is the name actually was Stratosphere Leaders Program, and the name actually was designed by Geshe Michael himself. When he's on the plane flying, Geshe Michael, because Geshe Michael travel a lot. He will in one of the time he fly on the sky and saw that when the plane reached the stratosphere, so you can feel that it is very high in the sky, and then which represent our target students for this program would be that he or she will already have very successful already, but they will need to step ahead and will have their second stage of the life. They need to go further, and this group of people we need to go further and also need to have have his second stage of life and even go to the other stage after the program. And then yeah, this program which is very new, and then as compare is MBA, this program will more focus will spend more time on the Asia part of the teaching, which means will be more for the percentage wise, there will be more percentage of the class be taught by Geshe Michael himself. And of course, yeah, they will also have some classes from the Western professor too. Yeah, this is SLP. Yeah.
Wow, that's very cool.
Mhm.
And I know that we have you have already people who signed up to this leadership stratosphere leadership program, right?
Yeah, in fact, as I mentioned, we have we have an intensive traveling tour to introduce DSU. This is one of the most popular programs after YLP. And then I believe this program will help the many of the entrepreneurs who have already have a successful life already and a big step further after this program. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And I know that Edmond has prepared for us feedback from one of our not current actually students,
Mhm.
but student who is coming, who will join our SLP program. And guess
Yeah.
what? This student, his name is George. I met him in Kyoto. By the way, if you were in Kyoto, you probably met him too. Mm,
Mhm.
he already has MBA, he already has PhD, and he is studying in the CSP program. CSP is the classics
Yeah.
power program in being led in Chinese, but still he is willing to join, and he really wants to join our SLP program. I think he is like a great example for everyone who wants to like go further, right? Because the name stratosphere
Mhm.
itself, it says like go further, don't stop on the where you are now, right? Go fly
Yeah.
high, something like that. At least for me. So George, he used to work, I think, in Morgan Stanley, if I'm correct, and
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
own investment company. So he's a very successful businessman in China, and he shared us with his few words. He couldn't be live with us, but he recorded it for us and during the last webinar. So we will show you his video first before Geshe Michael's class. Please stay tuned and let us know what you think about George's feedback. Thank you.
大家晚上好。
Good
首
evening.
先感谢 Edmund
First,
刚才的介绍，
I'd
非常的
like
精彩。
to thank
也谢
Edmund
谢
for your
Iris，
exciting
谢谢
sharing,
Iris。
and I'd
我
like
想
to
直播
thank
间有很多
Iris.
我的同学、我的老
There are a
师，
lot of
还有
my
很多新朋友。
classmates, my teachers, and a lot of new
此
friends
时此刻
here.
我也非常激动。
Now I'm
如果
very
你刚才看到
excited.
Iris， 觉得哎呀，她这么
If
年
you
轻，是不
saw
是真的
Iris
不
and
适
you
合我？
thought,
我
she's
想
so
挽救一
young.
下你，
Am I too
不要
old
失
for
望，
DSU?
因为接
Then
下来
I'm
有一个项
coming
目
to
特别
save
棒，
you. Don't be
专门适
disappointed
合给咱们这
because
些70
there
后
is
和
a
80后设置的。
new projects
所以
at
我想跟直
DSEU
播
who
间
are
的咱们互动一
especially
下。如果
suitable
你
for
是
us
70后
of the 70s
或
or
者80
80s.
后的话，帮我敲个
If
一好不好？
you are from the
帮我敲个
70s or 80s, can you put one in the chat room?
谢谢谢谢谢谢你的鼓励和称赞。
Thank you for
哇，
your
真有不少，恭喜你！
encouragement
咱们这次敲的一就是
and
给我自己的
praise.
希望。
And
金娜这
a lot of
次
people
首
putting
推了，
one,
也就
so
明年3月份
congratulations. You
要
give
为
us
的第
hope.
一个项目就是
The first project
苍
that will
穹
be launched
旧
in
项目，这
March
是金
next
娜
year
第一
will
次推
be
出的，专门给咱们
Stratosphere
这些
Leaders
70 后
Program,
和
a new
80后
program
吃过、见
introduced
过、
by
成功
DSEU,
过、
which is
见
especially
过财富，
suitable for
又在追求
people
人
of the
生新的
70s
境
and
界的一个
80s,
人。所以
like
我一会儿
us
给你们说说
who
我这一类
have
人
been
为什么喜欢金
successful
娜的这
before,
个项
but
目，也就是苍穹
who want
旧项
to
目。我自己
strive
本人
for
是70 后，
some
做
new
过职
things,
业经
some
理
new
人，也做过很多年的
achievements.
创业，
I
曾经在华
myself
尔街的投行也
is
工作过
a
10 年， 后
professional
来做
manager
过投
from the
资，
70s.
做过
I
金融科
started
技方面的
many
创业
years
等
of business
我
and
是一
I
个非
also worked
常奇妙的
at
机
an
缘，一个
investment
时
company
空把我
of the
带
Wall
到了金
Street
娜的平台。
doing more than a decades of investment into financial technology and with a very miraculous chance, I joined this platform. Let me share 3 points why I want to join the Stratosphere Leaders Program, SLP. First is that I'm really touched by DSEU's ideals and vision. Like just now, Edmund also mentioned DSEU's ideal and vision. And honestly, I think it matches totally with mine. 4 years ago, I was also thinking that the world needs a new style of university, which does not only copy and paste the Western education system or just copy and paste the Eastern system. When I was studying my doctorate degree, I was also chatting with a lot of university professors, and there was a philosopher who really affected me. Their point of view was that the more original, the more raw, the more stable. It's the same for everything in the world. It's a principle. The more original, the more raw, the longer, the more stable. And later I asked him a question. How to call upon this kind of thinking and theory system? He said, I don't know. But this kind of thing must be built on the basis of the Eastern traditional wisdom. And on that, you add new elements from the West. So now we have the chance to meet this special vision and opportunity to have this new kind of thinking, this combination of the East and West. And now I have the chance to join this DSEU. I would like to really put in some effort. That is my first point. And my second point is that 1 month ago when I was in Kyoto, I experienced the complete module of DSEU.
在很多商学院和大学里，你可能学到了认知和知识，但你很少有机会学东方的经典。
At a normal university, you can learn knowledge, but it's very hard to also.
但大多停留在文献和做研究的层面上，很少能直接应用到我们的商业实践。京大的特色就在这里，不怕谈钱，我们大胆拥抱。
You are not scared of talking about money, but we have to be brave enough to go after money. And with the and myself, I believe that starting a company and managing a company is the best practice. This is the second point. And the third point is I really want to say that it's my personal experience. It may not be there, but I don't know whether you are working smoothly or lost now, or you are going downwards. But in life, in a phase in life, if you need passion, whether you are going up or going down, if you need passion, you can put one in the chat room. Whether you are going up or going down, because in the economical cycle, it seems that situation is going bad and the company is hard to succeed. And at this time, we need a lot of passion. Thank you, everyone. What is passion? What is passion that burns nonstop? It may be a passion for our vision. It may be a passion for our family, for family relationship, or it may be a passion for our vision and vision, or it may be now at this point when we are listening in this live stream, we get some inspiration or some very tiny sparks in life. I see these all as passion. And this heart at DSU, I believe that through the experience in the course, I can further find my vision, mission, and passion. Because we have this unique teacher in the world. He he possesses the philosophical thinking of the West and Eastern wisdom. And with this platform, how lucky we are. And I believe for those of you who would like to join the SLP program, you can also find your energy in the future to give you life, to give you energy to go for your vision and mission. And this is one important point that I like to join DSEU and to build this DSEU, starting as a student, but in the future, I'd like to also put in effort to light up the lights for more people. So I will summarize these 3 points. First is the value and the ideal. Secondly, is this very practical. Third is I hope that this can give me passion in life so that we can go on this rocket to fly towards the stratosphere to because after we go to this stratosphere, we can help a lot of things in the other levels. I believe it's very meaningful. So let us all light up the light for the world.
Yay. I like his saying, light up the light for the world or for the more people, and using especially the stratosphere, like overviewing the world from stratosphere. I think it's a nice metaphor here. Great. Thank you so much for listening our guests and George as well, his feedback. And now we are starting our class with Geshe Michael. We will start the recording. This is the recording of the course that was named Organizational Change. And when I was listening to it, I thought that it's very deep and I get a lot of insights for myself. In simple words, as Geshe Michael can use, and he usually does it, he opened up a lot of things for me. So I wish for every one of you, while you are listening for his class, to also catch a lot of insights for your own life and those that you can especially apply right now in your life. So wish you all the best, and here we are. The video is starting.
Okay, welcome back, and it's good to see you guys.
欢迎大家继续回来上课，很开心又见到大家。
So in these courses, I'm a little bit mixing.
所以在接下来这门课当中会有点混合教学。
Part of my job is to give the ancient wisdom.
就我的一部分的工作是要讲解东方的经典智慧。
And then part of my job is to give some of my manager experience.
另外一部分我希望分享我自己切身的管理经验。
And as I mentioned yesterday, I counted up how many years I'm a manager.
昨天我就算了一下我自己担任管理工作有多少年。
It's exactly 50 years now.
现在刚刚好是50周年。
So I learned a lot of, we call in English old horse tricks. Knowledge of the old horse.
英文有一个俚语叫老马的经验。
So 老马 has a lot of tricks that I can share with you.
就是这种老手，他有很多的经验可以跟大家分享。
And I was thinking when I was preparing these classes.
当我在为大家备课的时候。
Which I ever learned in 50 years.
就是我个人做管理50年觉得最有效的工具。
It's called, I like to call it lunchtime interlude. Interlude means a little bit of a break.
我个人把这个工具叫做午餐间歇。
And I really believe this is the secret to a successful manager.
我个人认为作为一名管理者，这可能是成功的秘密。
In the last class of organizational change,
在我们上一堂组织变化的课程里。
We talked about riding a tiger.
我们谈的是骑老虎。
And this is an ancient idea from Asian great books.
这是来自古代，就是很好的古经典当中的理念。
It's called Dala Shimba.
叫达兰勋吧。
By the way, if you want to talk about bad AI, this is bad AI.
顺便提一下，如果
It looks fake, right?
如果你要谈到了坏的 AI 产品作品，这里就是一张图，你看这张图看上去就是假的。
Unfortunately, we couldn't find a real picture of someone riding a tiger.
因为我们无法找到真人骑老虎的照片。
So we were talking about these powerful forces of change.
所以我们就之前在谈到这些强大的力量促使组织的变化。
And AI is a good example.
AI 就是一个好的例子。
It's a very, very powerful kind of change.
它是一种很有力的一种变化。
I guess you know in America we have Hollywood.
在美国我们是有好莱坞的。
It's a big part of North Los Angeles.
在洛杉矶北部，他们就是影响很大。
And this is where all the actors, the movies are made.
对呢，那里就诞生了很多演员。
And I don't know if you know, they are on strike right now. All the actors are on strike.
不知道大家有没有听说啊？目前很多的演员都在罢工。
And they are supporting the movie writers union.
他们就在支持这些电影作家协会。
Because the television companies found out.
因为电影公司电视台发现
the television shows are so stupid and predictable.
就是这些电视节目太蠢了，而且很容易预测它的剧情。
You can teach an AI to write a TV show in about 5 minutes.
也就5分钟就可以教会 AI 写出电视剧本了。
And after 16 minutes, there should be a fight between the man and the woman. After 18 minutes, they should fall in love, like that, you know.
他可以告诉 AI 说，16分钟后男女主角要吵架，18分钟后男女主角开始相爱。
And now the AI can write a stupid television show in like 10 seconds.
现在那些 AI 10秒钟之内就可以写出一个很蠢的那种肥皂剧的剧本。
And the humans are upset because they don't have work, you know.
然后人就生气了，因为人就失业了。
So those big changes.
像这样大的变化
when a big change comes to the company.
当公司发生这种巨大的变化的时候
And it happened in my company maybe every 4 or 5 years.
我的公司比如说平均是4到5年会发生一次。
So I was in the diamond company for 19 years.
我从事钻石生意是19年时间。
And you know, we had something big change every 4 or 5 years.
就大的变化大概每隔4、5年发生一次。
For example, we moved to a new part of New York City.
比如说我们搬到了纽约市的另外一个地方，
Or we buy another company and we change our products like that.
或是我们采购了别的公司，或者是我们改变了我们的生产线。
Then suddenly you don't need 50 people in the company.
比如说突然间你公司就不需要50名员工了。
So I saw this kind of earthquake change in a company.
所以我经历过这公司里发生的这种地震式的变化。
And the subject of this course is called organizational change.
这门课的主题呢叫做组织变化。
And in English, we say there's a common thread. There's a core of the company that doesn't change when there's a big change.
在英文当中有一个说法叫做主线，意思就是无论公司怎么变化，有一条贯穿的主线是不变的。
And that's the core staff. The core staff doesn't change.
意思就是核心的员工，核心员工不变。
You know, the people who have been there a long time.
就是那些老员工，在公司很久的员工。
They have a lot of loyalty for the company.
他们对公司很忠诚。
And they understand the company.
他们也了解公司。
And during times of big organizational change, which is, again, it's the subject of our course.
所以在我们这门课主题叫组织变化，所以当一家组织发生大的变化的时候，
It's the core staff that keeps the company together.
其实是那些核心的员工把公司凝聚在一起的。
If there's too much change in a big company without core staff, it will destroy the company.
如果公司发生巨大的变化，但是呢又没有核心员工在的话，公司就会有灾难发生。
So the core staff is very important for organizational change.
所以呢，当一家机构发生变化的时候，核心员工的存在就很重要。
And there's a way to keep core staff together.
有一种方式可以把核心员工凝聚在一起的。
And it's something I really want you guys to learn.
这是我很想教给大家的。
Especially if I'm thinking about the young EMBA students or MBA students who are watching now.
尤其是想到在座的 EMBA、MBA 学生，特别是那些比较年轻的学生。
If I can only teach you one important strategy, business strategy.
如果让我只能教你们一个商业策略的话，
It's that you have to develop core staff.
就是你一定要培养出你的核心员工。
Then when the company changes,
这样当公司不管怎么变，
they keep it from going crazy.
他们就可以让公司不至于疯狂。
They keep the continuity and the stability of the company.
他们可以确保公司持续以及公司稳定。
So it's important as a manager.
所以最重要、很重要是作为一名管理者，
You have to think about developing every day. You have to think about who's going to be the core staff.
所以作为管理者，你每天要想的一个问题是如何培养出核心员工，谁是核心员工。
And guess what? Core staff doesn't happen by itself.
猜一猜，核心员工不会自己出现的。
The leader of the company, the manager of the company, has to create the core staff.
就是公司的领袖、公司的管理者必须自己去培养出这些核心员工。
And I wanted to teach you the most important tool, I believe, for core staff.
我个人认为，要培养出核心员工最重要的一个管理工具。
And I call it lunchtime interlude.
我个人把它叫做午餐间歇。
Interlude in English means a pleasant break.
Interlude 间歇在英文当中意思就是很舒适的一次休息。
In a long opera or a long symphony performance, they'll have an interlude.
比如说，在观赏一个很长的交响乐表演或者是戏剧表演的时候，中间会有一个休息时间。
And they'll play lighter music, and people can get up and have some wine or something like that.
然后中间呢就会放轻音乐，人们就可以起身去品酒之类的。
So what we mean by lunchtime interlude?
所以这里，当我们说午餐间歇，指的是什么呢？
It means to develop core staff.
意思就是，如果你想要培养出核心员工，
You take them out for lunch.
你带他们去吃午餐。
And you have heart-to-heart talk.
然后跟他们进行心谈，就谈心。
And the ancient source for this.
然后这一个做法的古经典来源是什么？
It's called the Avavada in Sanskrit.
梵文叫 Avavada。
In the West China, it's called Damlak.
在中国西部的语言叫 Damlak。
And there's two ways to pass knowledge.
知识的传递有两种方式。
There's two ways to take knowledge from one person to another person.
知识要从一个人传到另外一个人身上有两种方式。
One of them, of course, is like sutra or jing.
其中一种方式当然就像经。
It's these ancient books.
就是这种古籍。
And you can sit down and teach somebody the Dharmakaya Sutra.
比如说，你可以坐下来教别人《能断金刚经》。
From 2000 years ago.
就是2000多年前的。
Like this is our translation.
比如说，这就是我们的译本。
In Sanskrit, Tibetan, Chinese, and English.
就是它有藏文、梵文、英文、文言文。
So one way to pass information to another person.
所以知识要从一个人传递到另外一个人呢，有其中的一种方式是。
You open up the book. And you teach them page to page.
你打开书，然后一页页的教对方。
And you talk about the ideas.
然后你去讨论里面的书中的内容。
That's one way. That's called sutra way.
这种是其中一种方式，叫做经的方式。
Then Avavada.
Avavada
means to personal talk.
意思就是个人的这种教授，个人的讲话。
And that's the greatest core staff creator is personal talk.
所以最好的培养核心员工的方式就是个人的谈话。
So you have personal talk with the other people.
就是你跟另外一个人有一个个人的交谈。
I call it lunchtime interlude.
我个人把它叫做午餐间歇。
And it's a huge part of my management style.
它是我的管理风格当中很重要的一部分。
And I did it for 50 years.
我这个做法维持了50年。
And for me, it's like the secret to building a strong staff.
于我而言，这是我能够打造出核心强有力的员工团队的秘密。
If we're talking about organizational change,
当我们谈到组织变化的时候
like artificial intelligence,
比如说 AI,
if you don't have a strong core staff,
如果你没有一支强有力的核心员工的话
those big changes could destroy the company.
那种剧烈的变化就会毁掉你的公司。
And what keeps the company together is this personal contact.
所以，但是又是什么把公司凝聚在一起呢？就是你个人的这种链接。
And that's Avavada during lunchtime. Okay.
就是人跟人之间的链接，而这种链接呢，就是在午餐间歇的时候发生。
So for your reading for this class,
所以这一门课大家会拿到的阅读材料
I wrote a long list
我就写了很长的一个清单
of all my suggestions for this lunchtime core staff creation.
就我写了很多长长的清单，就是如何利用午餐间歇的时间去培养核心团队。
And we're going to go through the order of it, and we're going to show a PPT.
所以我们会按照顺序，然后大家可以看 PPT。
First picture in the PPT is a clock. I hope so.
PPT 当中第一张图就是一个闹钟。
You can see it's almost 12 o'clock.
时间大概是12点。
In America, 90% of the companies have lunch at 12 o'clock.
因为美国绝大部分公司的午餐休息时间是从12点开始。
And that's the timing of this meeting.
所以那这样的会议呢，就从这时开始算。
And I believe the timing is very important.
我认为就是时间点的选择很重要。
Why?
为什么呢？
So I've worked for people.
我为别人打工过。
Anytime there's a personal meeting with staff,
就是当我们任何时候要跟员工开会的时候，
they will do it 1 hour after the end of the work time, like 6 o'clock.
那一些公司呢就会选择，比如说下班时间后的1小时选择去谈话。
They will tell the worker, "Oh, I have some personal talk with you."
然后呢，公司就会跟工人说，我有一些个人的，要跟你个人谈一下。
Let's go out to dinner together.
然后我们一起去吃晚餐。
And actually, that's the worst time to have a meeting.
实际上那时候是开会的最糟糕的时间。
Because then you are stealing the person's personal family time.
因为你就偷走了那名工人的他个人陪家人的时间。
And I work for people like that.
我为这样的管理者工作过。
Purposely, they hold the meeting 1 hour after the end of working hours.
他们是故意把跟员工的交谈时间定在下班后的1小时。
Not only they steal your family time for dinner time,
他不止就偷走了你跟你的家人共进晚餐的时间。
but purposely they put it 1 hour after the end of working time, so you can't go home. You have to stay in the office, and probably you're going to work.
他还故意选在你下班后的1小时，这样的话你就不能下班，你还要在公司，可能还要继续工作。
And also, people are tired at the end of work.
还有一点就是那时候人们都快下班了嘛，都累了。
People's mind is not very clear at the end of work.
所以当人们都忙了一天，下班之后其实一时就疲惫了。
To teach a sutra,
你要教经典。
there's no great emotional thing going on usually.
教经典其实通常不会有大的情绪引发的。
You watched me teach the sutras in the mixed nuts classes.
比如说你之前看过我在混合坚果教课的时候，
We don't start arguing usually.
通常不会中间吵起来。
But those personal meetings with the manager and the worker, sometimes they get a little bit hot.
但是当这种管理者跟员工之间的对话呢，有些时候就会比较激烈，会吵起来。
So this Dhamma, personal discussion.
所以这种叫 Dhamma， 就是个人的这种交谈。
It has great, good potential.
它其实具有很大的潜力的。
And it has great destructive potential.
当然也具备就很大的破坏性的潜力。
And you never do it before working hours in the morning.
所以你不要在早上还没上班之前，你就进行这种交谈。
It's so stupid to tell your worker, please come 1 hour early. Get up 1 hour early. We're going to have a meeting.
就是最糟糕一种方式，跟你的工作团队说，你明天就是你提早1小时来上班。
They're going to be grumpy. Their kids are going to be grumpy. Their wife or husband going to be grumpy.
就你说你提前1小时我们来开会，然后他会不爽，他家人也不爽，他孩子也不爽。
So do it at lunchtime.
所以你就选择午餐的时候。
And I would say early lunchtime. Don't wait till 2 o'clock or something.
但是我会说，就是早一点用午餐的时候，不要等到2点。
I very much believe that 12 o'clock is the magic number.
我认为12点是一个神奇的数字。
And that's the wisest time to have this meeting.
而这个是进行这类会议最明智的一个时间选择。
Now the nature of Avavada or heart-to-heart talk.
Avavada 或者说这种交心的谈话，它的本质呢？
For over 2,000 years.
就2000年来，它的性质是什么呢？
It's one-on-one.
就是1对1的。
And this lunchtime talk that I want to teach you.
所以这种我想要教大家的这种午餐间歇这种做法，
It really should be one-on-one.
就是它应该是要1对1进行的。
Now there's rare occasions.
但有一些例外，
Like if you had a problem at work.
比如说公司遇到了工作上遇到一些问题，
Let's say two managers are fighting with each other.
比如说2名管理者在吵架，2名主管在吵架，
Then okay, you can invite both of them to the lunch meeting.
那你就可以把2名主管就都叫来一起开会。
But generally, this particular strategy is one-on-one.
但整体而言，这个策略的做法是1对1的，
And it works best this way.
而且是1对1的方式效果最佳。
Now, when I was, my company was in Manhattan
我的公司在曼哈顿，
and New York City.
在纽约，
And you have to be sensitive about one thing.
那你就要有一个点，你一定要很敏感。
If the manager is man or woman and the worker is is the opposite, like a man and a woman going out together.
比如说管理者然后员工之间是异性的话，然后他们要一起出去的话，
To have this kind of avavada.
要有这种交心的交谈的话，
It's possible other people will see you
有可能其他人会看见你们，
and it will start rumors in the company.
然后公司就开始有一些谣言发生了。
Oh, I saw Geshe Michael went out with this young lady, you know.
开始说我看到格西麦克跟那位年轻的女孩子出去了，
You have to be very careful about this kind of thing.
所以你一定要很小心，防止这种流言的发生。
So you can take another person with you.
所以这种情况下，你就可以带上另外一个人，
And you can say, please sit nearby, but not so you can hear everything.
就是你带上第三个人，那第三个人让他坐在附近，但是他又坐得足够远，听不见你们在讲什么。
Or I will have my lunchtime meetings in the restaurant where many of my employees will go at lunchtime.
或者我选择午餐的地点，就特意选在说我的其他员工经常去用餐的地方。
So no one's going to have a secret meeting with somebody else's wife in the restaurant, which all the workers go to.
如果有人要是想要跟别人的太太悄悄约会的话，他不可能选择说你的员工经常去的地方嘛。对
Then you don't have this problem.
那这样的话就可以避免掉这个问题。
But you have to think about it when you take them out for lunch.
但是呢，就是说，当你邀请别人出去午餐交流的时候，你要留意这方面的问题。
Well, Geshe, why don't we just have the meeting in the manager's office?
那你就会问格西，为什么我们不直接在管理者的办公室里开会就好了？
And I built my office out of glass. I had 4 glass walls.
就是我当时的办公室是设计成4面都是玻璃的，
And there's no secrets in my office.
所以我的办公室4面都是透明的，没有任何隐私可言。
600 people can see who I'm talking to.
所以600名员工都看得见我跟谁在开会。
And I think this is a very clever idea. I put the office in the middle of the floor.
然后我还特意把我的办公室放在整层的中间，
So people ask me, well, why don't you just have the meeting in the office?
所以人们就问我，那为什么不直接把开会的地方定在办公室？
You also save time. It takes time to go out for lunch.
那也可以节约时间呐，你就不用还出去吃午餐。
Then I have to say it's very important. I say remove yourself from the context.
所以这里呢，教材里有个建议，就是说把你自己从这个环境当中抽离出来，
Yeah, context means the usual working atmosphere.
就是从你日常的工作氛围当中抽身出来。
And there's a certain feeling about the office, a place where you work. You spend more time there than you spend at home sometimes.
就是其实关于工作的，就办公室呢，工作场合是有一种特别的氛围的。有些时候你在办公室待的时间，甚至要比你在家待的时间多。
Yeah, we say there's a vibration in that place, you
我
know.
们会说，那个办公场合是有一种氛围的，有气氛的。
The manager has a lot of memories there, and the worker has a lot of memories there.
就无论是员工还是管理层，他都有对办公室有很多记忆，
Some good memories and some bad memories.
有一些好的记忆，有些不好的记忆。
So it's good to get out of the office
所以就是如果你能够离开办公氛围是好的，
and go to a neutral space.
去到一个中立的、中性的地方。
And also, there's no hierarchy in the restaurant.
当你去外面的餐厅，你们就没有这个等级之分。
They don't give the manager a bigger chair in the restaurant.
餐厅没有等级之分，因为餐厅并不会给领导更大的椅子，
And kind of you are saying we are equals.
有点像说你我之间是平等的。
In my company,
在我的公司当中，
it's kind of an honor to go out with the vice president or something like that.
就是如果员工能够跟副总裁出去吃午餐，是有点像是一种荣耀。
If you have hundreds or thousands of workers
如果你的员工有上千人、上万人的话，
and one worker gets to go out with the vice president or something,
那其中一名员工有机会可以跟副总裁去吃午饭，
they like it. It's a status symbol. We call status symbol.
那他们就会很喜欢，因为这是一种地位的象征。
Definitely that afternoon they will say to their friends, oh, I was out with Michael for lunch, you know.
他们那天下午肯定会跟他们的同事朋友们说啊，我今天中午跟麦克出去吃饭了。
And that's part of the magic of this meeting.
而这就是这类型的会议的一个魔法。
They feel that they can show the other workers that they have connection to the high people, you know.
因为呢，这些员工可以展示给其他员工看，说我跟领导高的管理层有链接。
And you can start mentioning those meetings when you have a company meeting, for example.
当你比如说你们公司开会的时候，你就可以提及有这样的午餐会议。
You can also say, "Oh, I was out to lunch yesterday with this manager." You know.
你可以故意，你就可以在会上说，哎呀，我那天跟那名主管去吃午餐开会了。
Then all the workers of that management will say, "Oh, I hope he didn't complain about me." You know?
然后呢，会上所有其他人就会心里想说，我希望那个人没有抱怨我。
Then the workers will understand that the Pang Mao knows the situation on every level.
然后呢，员工心里就会在员工心里产生一个效应，就是胖猫就是公司的领导大人物，知道公司每一个管理每一层的情况。
So let people know you are having these meetings.
所以你就让别人知道你在开这种会。
It can become an honor for the good employees.
它就会成为是好员工的一种荣耀。
And don't forget, this is the purpose of this.
但是不信你不要忘记，之所以这样做的目的
is to have a strong core staff.
就让你培养出一支核心的员工团队。
Because things like AI will make drastic changes in the company.
因为比如像 AI 这样的新鲜事物会在你公司导致剧烈的变化。
It might be necessary for 10 or 20% of the staff to re-educate themselves completely.
可能就会导致你公司10%到20%的员工都要重新再教育。
And you're going to need that continuity of your core staff.
所以你就需要确保有核心的员工团队，然后能确保公司的持续性。
So I taught this method to some of my supervisors.
我后来就把这个方法交给了我的一些下属。
And I remember one lady from Ireland.
我记得有一位爱尔兰的女士。
She took this guy. He was from Europe also.
就是她就带了另外一个人，然后那个人也是欧洲的。
She took him out to an Irish pub.
然后这名女经理就带她的一名男下属去一家爱尔兰的酒吧。
It's a bar cafe.
就是这种吧台啊，类似于这种又是酒吧又是咖啡厅的。
Here's a picture of an Irish pub.
这张 PPT 里这张图片呢，就是一间爱尔兰酒吧的样子，类似于。
Yeah, next one.
下一张。
There's a green hat. The guy has a green hat. Yeah, this is an Irish pub.
这种就是爱尔兰的酒吧长这个样子。
For example, if you have a manager who's from China.
但是如果你的经理或主管是来自中国的。
You don't want to take them to Irish pub.
你就不会想带他们去爱尔兰酒吧。
Everybody will be drunk and fighting.
因为酒吧里大家都喝得醉醺醺的在争吵。
Usually they will throw 3 or 4 guys out of the door physically.
然后那时候吧台酒吧里的保安还要扔3、4个人扔出去。
So have some cultural sensitivity.
所以你做这个事情的时候要有一些文化敏感性。
When you choose the place to have your lunch meeting.
所以当你选择午餐开会的地方的时候。
Choose the place and also choose the food that this other person will like.
所以你要选择就是地点。好的地点以及选择什么样的食物是对方喜欢的。
I saw a manager from India take a Mexican guy to the Indian restaurant.
我就看到我一位印度的经理带一名墨西哥的下属去吃饭开会。
And that Mexican guy never went to an Indian restaurant again in his whole life.
然后那名墨西哥的男下属就此后一生中再也没有去吃印度餐。
The food is too hot and too unpleasant, you know.
因为对那名墨西哥员工来讲，就是印度菜太辣。
My suggestion.
我的建议是
if you eat some healthy food together.
如果你们一起去吃的是健康一点的食物。
Like a really nice salad or a vegetarian dish.
比如说一个很好的沙拉或者素食。
It actually makes the mind more peaceful.
它实际上会让意识更加的宁静。
And you will have a better conversation.
你会有更好的一个对话。
Okay, I also am not crazy about salad.
我个人呢对沙拉呢也没有感到疯狂。
But I know if I eat it, I will think more clearly.
但是我知道如果我
I'm having salad drink. Okay.
就会意识会更清晰。这个就是蔬果汁。
When I have an important class.
当我教一个重要的课的时候
I make a vegetable drink.
就会做一些蔬果汁。
And I drink it during the class.
然后上课的时候边上课边喝。
And then your mind is more clear.
这样你的意识就会更清晰。
It's very important.
这是很重要的。
Okay, if you eat very heavy food.
如果你吃的食物就是很油腻的话
，and especially
尤其是
in New York City，
在纽约
，there's a tradition to drink alcohol at lunch meeting。
他们有个习惯，就是午餐开会的时候会喝酒。
And that's extremely stupid。
这其实是很蠢的一个行为。
Alcohol in the middle of the day。
就是一天当中去喝酒。
It makes your mind very stupid。
会让你一时变愚蠢。
And it changes your emotions.
它也会让你的情绪发生变化。
And it's easy to have fights with this core staff.
然后呢，你就很容易跟你的核心员工吵架。
So I really suggest you don't go to a place with alcohol. And I even suggest that the company should have a policy of no drinking alcohol during company hours anywhere.
所以呢，你进行这种午餐会谈的时候，不要选择可以喝酒的地方。而且我个人都认为，公司应该有规章制度，规定员工在上班时间不可以喝酒。
Now, if it's going to be a delicate meeting, I call it delicate meeting.
但呢，如果这种会议是很敏感的会议的话，
Like, I don't know, you had a fight with this person before.
比如说你之前跟这个人吵过架，
And you know it's going to be a very emotional meeting.
你事先知道这个会议会很容易引发情绪的。
This lunchtime meeting can backfire. It can have terrible disaster.
所以这种类型的午餐会议有可能会走火，意思就是可能会有很糟糕的情况发生。
If they have some complaint in their heart,
如果他心里是有抱怨的话，
you can have a terrible meeting.
你就可能会有个很糟糕的会议。
And I'll tell you a secret from an old dog,
我给大家
old corporate dog.
就是公司老狗的一个建议，
Do some yoga before the meeting,
开会前做点瑜伽，
or do some exercise before the meeting.
或者开会前做其他的一些锻炼，
Okay, so, go for a walk,
比如说去散个步，
or, go take a yoga class,
比如去上一门瑜伽课，
go swimming. We have a picture here of swimming.
或者去游个泳。
Get some exercise before a sensitive meeting.
所以如果要开敏感的会，就先做锻炼再去开，
And your chi or your prana will be flowing smoothly.
确保你的气是顺畅的流动的，
And the meeting will be much, much better.
这样呢会议就会进展的比较顺利。
Don't forget
不要忘记了，
that other person coming from you.
另外一个人是从你而来的。
If your chi is smooth,
如果你的气是顺畅的流
that
动，
other person going to be smooth.
对方就会比较稳定。
And exercise is a great idea before a very sensitive meeting.
所以如果你要开那种很敏感的会议的话，提前锻炼会比较好。
Like maybe that morning before you go to work, you do some yoga.
比如说那一天上午上班之前，先做点瑜伽再去。
And even 3-4 hours later, your chi will be smooth.
因为当你做完锻炼之后，可能3-4个小时，你的气还会是顺畅的。3-4个小时之后，
And I strongly recommend this
而且我强烈这样推荐，
for a sensitive meeting.
就开那种敏感会议的话，
Now the feeling of the restaurant.
然后你选择的餐厅要什么氛围的呢？
There's that thing in English we call ambiance, or the feeling of the restaurant.
英文有个词叫 ambiance， 意思就是一个地方的氛围。
And you have to give it some forethought. Forethought means you have to think a few days ahead. Where's the best ambience for this person?
所以你要提前几天就想好适合这个人的场地的氛围是什么。
You should be planning several days or even 1 week ahead for this meeting.
你为了这次会谈，交谈，你应该提前几天，甚至要提前1周就准备。
And it's very powerful to do a meditation in the morning, even before you come to work.
如果你早上呢，或者是在去上班之前能够做个冥想是很好的。
And I've written out a special meditation you guys can do in the week that you are going to have a crucial meeting.
所以我为大家准备了专门的一个冥想，就是那一周如果你要进行非常重要的敏感的谈话的话，你就可以做那个冥想。
And it gives you all the steps to do in the meditation to prepare for your lunch meeting
然后
that week, even 1 week before.
然后那个冥想呢，就会提前就详细的写了你提前1周或提前几天应该怎么准备。那有专门给大家设计一个冥想。
And it includes some ancient suggestions from Abhidharma school.
它这个冥想呢是采用了很古老的一个系统，就是阿毗达摩系统里的一些内容。
So Stanley has been translating 7 years.
所以 Stanley 呢翻译这本书有7年时间。
Abhidharma Kosha, the greatest classic of Abhidharma.
就是阿毗达摩俱舍论，这是阿毗达摩这个学派当中最重要的一本书。
Xiaoping has been translating the sister Abhidharma book, which is called Vinaya.
小平翻译的这本书呢叫《戒律》，它也是阿毗达摩的一个姐妹书籍。
So I asked them to teach you this lunchtime preparation meditation.
所以我请他们2位会教大家做午餐间歇的冥想。
And there are some important secrets in that meditation.
在那个冥想当中呢，有很多重要的秘密要点。
Because the person you're talking to is coming from you,
因为你在交流的那个人呢是从你而来的。
if you do a very cool ancient meditation before,
如果你之前先做了一个很好的古老的冥想的话，
you will have a wonderful meeting.
你这个会议就会进展得非常顺利。
So one of the things you can prepare in your mind,
所以你在心里能够事先准备的其中一点是，
in your meditation, hold the meeting in different restaurants.
在你的冥想当中去想这个会议在不同的餐馆里进行，
and see which ambiance fits the person better.
然后呢，从中再决定，然后再决定说哪一家餐厅的氛围比较适合跟这个人交谈。
Okay, next suggestion.
下一个建议，
Don't push the business.
不要逼着催着要有进展，
Okay, this meeting is also a social meeting.
就是不要催着就是这些公事一定要进展，因为这个午餐会谈呢也是有具备社交功能的，
It's a friendship meeting.
也是友谊的会谈。
So don't jump to heavy business topic immediately.
所以你不要一开场马上就直接谈核心的商业问题。
Oh, Xiaoping, what would you like for lunch?
小平，你午餐想吃什么？
What shall we order?
我们应该点什么？
Why did you yell at your employee yesterday?
你昨天为什么骂你的员工？
Like, don't start like that.
你
Okay?
不要这样开场，
Like, give some time for social.
就是先留一点社交时间，
And don't jump to the hot topic first.
不要一开始就跳入那个就是那个比较棘手的问题。
And I'll tell you a secret.
我
Okay?
再跟大家讲一个秘密，
Usually you might have a specific sentence you want to say during that hour.
可能那1小时的交谈当中有一句特别敏感的话，其实你需要说出来
Like,
的。
please don't yell at your employees so much.
比如说，不要骂你员工骂这么多，
How come you overspending in your department?
或者说你的部门为什么预算超这么多？
So usually there's one hot sentence to talk about,
可能1小时当中有一句关键的，但是就是不好听的话，你需要讲出来的。
and you are waiting to say this sentence.
然后你一直在等候时机讲出这句话，
You're waiting for a good chance.
你在等候最佳的时机。
If you never get the perfect chance to mention that topic, skip it and have a nice lunch.
如果你一直找不到一个最佳时机讲的话，你就先不要讲了，然后就享受一顿午餐，
And you can always have another lunch. You have to eat lunch every day anyway.
因为你总有机会再跟他吃一顿饭的，因为你每天都得吃午饭，
So don't rush the business.
所以你就不要逼着商务上有进展。
The purpose of Avavada, the purpose of one-on-one,
就是 Avavada， 就是1对1交谈，它的目的是什么？
the purpose is heart to heart.
目的就是要交心。
And if you don't reach the main business in this meeting, okay, you can have another one next week.
如果这一次午餐会谈当中没有谈到生意上的问题，你就等下一次接着谈。
Okay, most important picture from the PPT
PPT 当中最重要的一张图呢，
is this big
就是
ear.
大耳朵，
Ear. Yeah. Okay, good. And this is the most important part of the meeting.
这是最重要的一个这个会议当中最重要的一点。
When you're a manager,
当你作为管理者，
when you're a business owner,
当你是企业主，
when you invite someone to lunch,
当你邀请别人吃午饭，
usually you have something you want to say.
通常你心里是有些话要说的，
And you are waiting for a chance to say.
然后你一直在等候最佳的说出的时间。
But guess what?
但猜一猜，
That worker also wants to say something.
你员工也有一些话想说的，
Maybe they are waiting for 6 months or 6 years to tell you something.
可能他为了告诉你一些事情，等了半年或等了6年了。
It probably last night they told their wife or their husband, you know,
或许前天晚上他们就跟自己的先生或太太都讲了，
tomorrow finally I have chance personal meeting with Geshe Michael.
明天我终于有了一个机会可以跟格西麦克开私人会议了，
Definitely I'm going to complain about this thing, you know.
我肯定要抱怨那一件事情。
Then they also have a plan for the conversation.
他们关于你们这个交谈也有制定计划的，
Let them talk first.
让他们先讲，
Okay, let them say what they want to say.
让他们先说他们想说的话，
This way you create core staff.
这样的话你就能够培养出核心的员工。
Yes, you're the boss.
是的，你是老板；
Yes, you're the manager.
是的，你是管理者；
Yes, you're supposed to be more smart.
是的，你本来需要比他们聪明，
But they can teach you a lot.
但是他们可以教你很多内容。
Usually the Pangmao has blindness about some of the important parts of the company.
通常那些大人物啊，对公司的一些发展，有些地方是有盲点的。
There's some things going on inside the company they have no idea.
有些时候公司正在发生一些事情，这些管理层是一点都不知道的。
And these people can be like your good spies.
所以这些人可以成为是你的好的间谍。
They can tell you during lunch what the hell is going on in your company.
吃午餐时，他们会告诉你公司究竟发生什么事情。
So please give them a chance to talk.
所以拜托要给他们机会讲话。
When you do your pre-lunch meditation, which Stanley Nelson going to teach you,
当你在做那个会谈前的这个冥想，到时小平陈堂会教你们。
we say practice giving them an opening to say what they want to say. Like, hey, what do you think about this new policy in our company?
就是你要在冥想当中先去练习，让他们先有机会讲话。比如说问他们说，哎，你觉得公司这个新的政策怎么样？
And then shut up and let them talk. Geshe Michael has this problem.
然后问完后要先闭嘴，让他们讲。可惜麦克这方面是有一些问题，
Okay, so that's the core of the meeting.
所以呢，这就是整个会议的核心。
If you never get to say what you want to say, but they get the chance to say what they want to say, the meeting is success.
如果哪怕你没有机会说出你计划好要讲的内容，但是对方有机会说出他们想讲的，这个会议也是成功的。
And you can go out again if what you wanted to say is so important.
如果你想讲的点非常重要，那你就再约对方下次再来谈。
And they will trust you more.
那下次他们就会更信任你，
And that trust creates core staff.
然后那个信任就会 为你培养出核心员工。
And core staff is why big companies can survive major changes.
而大的公司要经历巨变的时候，能够存活下来，就是依靠核心员工。
Now, there's a way to wrap up the meeting.
好，会议怎么收尾呢？
And you have to watch the time.
你开会要看时间的。
I suggest the meeting is open-ended.
我建议这个会议的结尾是个开放式的。
Don't make some important plans for 1 o'clock if you went out at 12 o'clock.
不要说12点出去吃饭，1点就做了重大决定了，重大计划了。
Never rush Avavada. Never rush.
这种 Avarada 这种会议呢，千万不要就是赶进度。
Don't make plans for afterwards. Give it some time.
就不要太急迫了，就不要下午就马上制定计划，要留点时间。
If you reach some important topic, you cannot just say, okay, I have to go, you know.
比如说你已经谈到了一些重要的话题，你不能说，哎呀，我必须马上得走。
And as you wrap up the meeting,
当你要收尾的时候，
you know, you can say, oh, let's just write a few ideas that we had. Let me write down a few ideas that we talked about.
然后你就可以说，哎呀，让我写下我们今天谈到的一些重要的要点。
I'm gonna look into your insurance policy.
比如说我会去看你的保险。
I'm gonna think about giving you a raise.
我会考虑给你加薪。
And you're gonna stop yelling at your employee, right?
但是呢，然后呢，你也不会骂你的员工了，对不对？
And make sure he writes some notes, okay?
你也要确保他也要记一些要点。
Even you don't write anything, just say, okay, we agreed, right?
哪怕你就是假装的，你实际上什么都没写，你也要说，对了，我们同意了这些点，对不对？
Then they think you have some paper to prove that you talked about it.
但是他们会以为就是你其实有一些纸写下来，就是他们是有一些证明的。
Then you can also make a plan for the next meeting.
然后呢，你要计划下一次会议。
Hey, God, this was really fun. Let's do this again in 3 weeks or something.
然后你就说，哎，这个会议很好玩，我们3周后再来进行一次。
And we'll talk about if you yelled at your employee or not.
然后呢，我们再来谈谈3周后再谈谈你到底有没有继续骂你的下属。
Always pay for the lunch yourself.
重要一点就是你要自己为午餐买单。
Don't let them pay.
不要让对方付钱。
In English, we call tacky. It's a very bad manner to say, hey, will you pay for lunch, which I invited you?
英文当中有一词就是感觉很难看，就是你邀请对方，但是你又问对方说，哎，你可不可以付钱呢？
Even to suggest to split the cost, it's not nice.
或者是你建议说 AA， 这样也不好。
So my suggestion.
所以我的建议是
always pay yourself.
你自己掏腰包付钱。
Listen, New York lunch restaurant, business lunch. Extremely expensive.
纽约你要去好的餐厅吃午餐是非常贵的。
Sometimes $200-300.
有时候一顿饭要200美金、300美金。
And my final suggestion.
我最终的一个建议
Do not ask the company to pay, you pay.
而且你不要去找公司报销，不要让公司买单，你要自己买。
And this whole idea of you contributing something quietly to the company.
这个的要点就是你个人默默的为公司做贡献。
It's extremely powerful karma.
这是极其强大的业力。
Quietly help support the company from your own money.
就是用你自己的个人掏腰包，默默的去支持公司。
Oh, Geshe, that's so stupid. The company make $250 million a year. Why I should pay for the lunch?
可惜啊，这不是很蠢吗？公司1年赚2.5亿美金，为什么还要我掏钱？
There's a magic when you pay.
如果你付钱了，你自己掏腰包会有魔法产生。
It's an extremely powerful thing.
是极其强大的种子。
And you just have to trust me about that.
这一点你就相信我就好了。
All right, I love this talk, and you should study it a few times.
我很喜欢今天这门课，这门课大家要复习几遍的。
It's a real secret to a successful manager.
如果你想成为成功的管理者，这是真正的秘密。
Of course, you're also going to have to do a lot of exercise because you're eating a lot.
但是呢，这个做法因为你要吃很多饭，所以你要做很多锻炼。
All right, and by the way, I think it's the reason my company was successful. One of the big reasons.
我个人认为这个做法呢，是我的公司成功的一个重要秘密。
And it built this strong core staff.
它会打造出一支强大的核心团队。
Don't forget to have fun lunches.
不要忘记了要去吃那种有趣的午餐。
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Geshe Michael. Let's send him some flowers, roses, hearts. Yeah, because even if it was a recording, I'm sure he can see us and he can appreciate our gratitude. To be honest, this is the second time I was watching this video, and I actually got some deeper things for myself. I never thought that there are so many details that I should think before inviting someone to lunch, before actually going with someone to lunch, right? And share your thoughts, share your insights, what you are taking from this class, from this video. I would love to see them, to hear. And probably the second insight that I had is that there is also always important to have something core especially nowadays when we have so many changes from the outside. It's nice to have this core thing in your company. And core, he's saying core is your core stuff. And when there are some organizational changes, it's really cool to have this core stuff all together. Then all the changes that your company has, I believe, will be smooth for the company. Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you so much for your hearts, diamonds, and flowers. That's so great. I was also, I am always excited that Geshe Michael writes textbooks for each course. He writes large manuals, and each course has his textbook, usually also the meditation. What about the meditation before you go for this kind of lunch, right? You do a meditation, you try different environments, and it also helps us to prepare to that important lunch. It's really amazing, so many details to consider, and I was really surprised to see that there are so many details. Yeah, thank you for your comments, thank you for your hearts. And I also invite you, we have another short video from Geshe Michael. That one is about the university itself. He is inviting everyone to contribute to become our student. The reason, because this university, we have a vision for at least 1,000 years to the future. So all your contributions, all your support, all our students, you are becoming like a foundation. It's not only Edmund or other few students who are foundation of our university. Everyone, even if you are here in this webinar, you are supporting us. So that's really amazing. And I want you to think, when you are watching this video, I want you to think, if you didn't think it before, like what can really happen in my life if I become a student of this university? Just think about it, just maybe fantasize or imagine. It doesn't matter if you go and apply for the university or not, but just think, what can happen in my life if I become a student of this university? And with those thinking and with those thoughts, I invite you to watch the next video, which is short. It's also from Geshe Michael.
在明年3月的时候
The first university group will graduate.
金大的第一届学生会毕业
We call Pioneer Group
叫先锋班
because they agreed to pay for their course, but they don't get a real degree.
因为他们付的学费其实是按有学位的课程付的，但是他们并不会拿到学位
Why?
为什么呢
The American government checkers
因为那些美国的认证委员会的机构
give the license to the university.
就是那些为大学颁发资质的认证机构
It takes about 5 years, usually 10.
通常要花10年才会拿到认证
So you have to run the university for 5 to 10 years.
所以我们要运营这所学校5到10年的时间
But you cannot give a degree.
但这前5到10年都无法颁发学位的
We went to the first building of Princeton University.
我们前段时间去普林斯顿大学看到了他们建校的第一栋楼
In that building on the first day, 20 students came.
就在那一栋楼的第一批学生就是当年有20个
250 years ago.
是250年前在那一栋楼有20个学生上课
Those first 20 students in that room
当然当年普林斯顿200多年前的头一批20个学生
didn't get any paper.
也不会有任何的学位证书的
They get this honor to start the best university in the world.
当然我认为第一批的那群学生他们是有这个荣耀就去开启了一所大学
Then we are looking for more students like that.
现在我们在寻找更多这样的先锋的学生
And we are looking for a new group of crazy people.
我们想找新一届疯狂的学生
And we want to invite you.
所以想要邀请大家
We are running basically 3 programs now.
我们明年会有3个课程
MBA program,
MBA
课。
I think it's an awesome MBA because we have something called CNC.
我认为这是很棒的一个 MBA 课程，因为在 MBA 课程里会有叫对比对照，
Even Princeton,
所以哪怕普林斯顿，
I think the education is not whole.
我认为他们的教育系统都不完整，
It's only the Western half.
他们只教了西方的部分。
We really give the best part of the Western university and the best part of 3,000 years of Asian university.
我相信我们的大学真的是有提供西方的最好的部分，以及3000多年的亚洲的最精华的部分，
And we mix them together.
然后我们把这两者结合。
This mixture of classical Western and classical Asian,
这种西方的经典跟东方的经典的结合，
that's how I built the largest jewelry company in the world.
我是基于此来打造世界上最大的珠宝公司的
And
等
the
内容。
combination is very powerful, like a nuclear bomb.
这个结合是非常有力量的，就像核爆炸一样。
If you want to do really high level,
如果你想要在更高一层去学的话，
we have a special degree called Stratosphere Leaders Program.
我们有新的一个证书课程，叫苍穹领袖计划。
Can you make a new part of your life?
你能不能生活中展开新的生命、新的篇章，
Second half of your life.
展开下半段生命？
Basically, we're looking for successful business people
基本上找的是精英，
who want to have an exciting second half of their life
就是他们想要开展充满热情的生命的第二阶段，
and go to a higher level.
生命去到更高处。
That also starts in March.
这个项目也是3月会启动，
Grandpa will design it.
爷爷会设计这个项
Okay,
目。
third possibility.
第三种可能性，
Several people said, can I bring my kids to the class?
之前都有学生问可不可以带孩子来听课，
And we had some special days when people in the university can bring their kids.
所以呢，之前呢就是有特别的时候，让学生可以带孩子来听一下课，
Those kids are better students than their parents.
就发现孩子比他们的父母更认真听课。
If you feed them the wisdom of Asia and the wisdom of the West together,
如果你把西方跟东方的智慧同时结合喂给孩子的话，
it's a very powerful milk.
它就是很厉害的乳汁，
And they change a lot. They're amazing.
孩子们会变化很多，就会变得很棒。
We will give you some special skill that later you will be more successful.
我们会教他们一些特别的技能，让他们未来的人生当中更加成功。
And we found out that young people respond much faster.
就是把东西方智慧结合，然后我们会发现这些年轻人还可以更快速的回应这种教学方式。
Actually, they are more open.
实际上，孩子们会比大人更开放，
They understand very fast.
孩子们会很快的明白和理解。
So these are the 3 programs starting in March.
所以金大在明年3月会启动这3个项目。
If you want to have more fun,
如果你想有更多的乐趣，
you can be in this first group, Princeton, in the small house.
你们就可以成为200多年前普林斯顿第一栋教学楼里的那20位学生。
Then you're kind of like one of the founders of this future amazing university.
那你们就会有点像是这一所大学的初期的创办者们。
Yay. Thank you. I hope you had nice thoughts while you were watching this video. And we have one more feedback from our current student from EMBA class. She is, again, I'm really amazed with our student. She is a PhD herself already, but she decided to join our EMBA class last time, and she's sharing of her insights during the last 20-something months while she was studying in DSEU. Her name is Cindy. She is a businesswoman. She has a family, and I will let her talk about herself and her insights. But otherwise, we have also a small time. We specifically left it at the end for Q&A. So please prepare your questions. Maybe you have some clarifying questions or any other questions related to DSEU. We will be happy. Edmund is still here with us. We will be happy to answer any questions that you have. And yeah, anything. Maybe you have some comments. Maybe you wish to become a student, but you don't see how at the moment. So all of those are all welcome. And now I'm welcoming Cindy, and I'm welcoming also you with all your questions.
好的，亲爱的朋友们，大家晚上好。非常开心啊，今天非常开心有机会和大家来分享我在金大的学习。那我首
Very
先
happy today so that I will have a chance to study with you.
我读完博士学位啊，从美国大概在18年前回到国内。
After I finished my PhD degree, it was about 18 years ago, then I went back to China.
孩子教育的思考开始的哈，在
And
18年
I
前。
think my connection with DSEU start with my considerations with my education of my kids. After I gave birth to my kids, it was the United States, and I went back to China. I realized that the Chinese wisdom is so in depth.
东西方的教育，所以我
And
在
I really
期盼
want
这
to
样
give an
的
education
教育
that
是
combines
非常
both
有用。
Eastern and Western education for my
一些好的
kids.
学校，把他送到国际学校。
And I sent my kid to the best international school in Beijing.
学习，但是呢，我发现啊，这仍然不是我想要的。所以我
But
想请问各位
then
啊，
I understood that it was not enough.
各位朋友，
So I would
我们
ask,
哪
I would like
一
to
位
ask all of
是
you,
对孩子有这
of
个
all
你
of
希
you
望给
here,
到这个孩子啊，特别美好的未来啊，请给我打
who
111
would like
好
to
不好？
give a best future for your kids? Just type in
其实
111
我
in the
们每
chat.
一个人都是因为孩子，让我们的生命哈能够更加的精彩，我们也
I
更
think
加的努
each single
力
one of us, we hope
成为一个更好的自己。
through our children, we
那
can
我
make
呢
our
就是
life
大
a
概在10
better
年前哈
life,
开始
and we
创
can
业。
be
我
our
过去
optimal
呢是一
self.
个搞学
I
术的人，
started
所
to
以在过去的10年创
have
业
my
其
own
实是第一个
startups
撞
10
到
years
虽然
ago.
我也在
Before that, I
业
was
务管
mainly
理的
working
前
in
工作
academia.
啊，但是
I used to
我
work
仍
in
然
Fortune
认为有
500
很多
companies.
的在商业上面的这种变化啊，
But I
瞬息
really
万
felt
变。
that lots of
那是
business
我呢
changes,
真的
it
是有一
changes
点跟不上的感觉
happened
啊。
very fast.
所以在
And I
2年
really
前我
felt
接
that
触
I
到了
couldn't
金大
keep up
学
with
会，
the
哇，我一
changes.
听了我就说
I
这
started
个就是我
to
要的哈，
get
这是此时
into
此刻我
the
的企业中
wisdom
遇
about
到
2
的一些
years
问
ago.
题，那它给
And
到了我很多
it
的帮
just
助。
instantaneously
那大
spoke
概
to me
在
that it really
2年
provides
前
help
哈，
for a lot of
我
hands-on
听到有这样
problems
的一个
in
项目
in
哈，
what
叫
I'm
做
facing in my
这个
company.
机
About 2
会
years
分析
ago,
法。 我
I
觉得哇，太酷了！我说
found a
居然还有人
project
在
called the
帮助中
Wisdom
国的这个
Protection
亚洲这样的
Project.
经
And
典。
I
那么
was
我
really
不做什么
surprised that
呢？
there are
我马
people
上就想去
striving
参与这
to
样的项目。
protect the
然后又过了
Asian
6个月，
legacies.
然后我就觉得哇，保护这些经典就是很酷的
About
一件事
6
儿。
months
然
later,
后我又
I
发
started to
现呢，
realize that
原
it's
来哈，
really
我就是
something
在为我的孩
super
子
cool
学
that I
这
can
样的教
protect
育的这
the
样的一个融合东西方
wisdoms, the
教育的这
classics.
样的一个
But
大
I
学，
have been
已经
looking
创
for
办了
a
哈， 并且
university
呢，
that
是在这
provide
里教授
the kind of
这样
education that I hope my kid
这
will
样的一个
have,
经典。哇，我觉得
where
如
they're
果在
teaching
前
the
面哈，我说
Asian
好，我一定要捐
classics.
赠，但到了这个大学，
At the
我第
beginning,
一
I
反应
thought,
就是
oh, I
说
have
我
to
要把我自己
donate.
捐出去。
I want to contribute.
因为
But
跟
the
着博士
first
学习了1年时间，我觉
impression
得哇，
was I
在
want
世界
to
上
give
绝
up
无仅有
myself.
的老师，他真的能够帮
I
助
think
我
the
把
teacher
所
is
学的
one
智
in the
慧能够
world,
运用
one
到
of the
我的
only
事
kind
业和生
teacher.
活中。那
And
么
the wisdom, the
老
knowledge that
师
I studied
把
can
如
be
此大
something
的
I
经
really
验去
applied in
创办
my
这所大
life.
学，我想啊，
And
在
I
那个时
think
候我还没有那
um,
么理解，但是我相信老师
Geshe
一
Michael
定
spent so
会
much
把
time and
这个事业
energy
用在我们
dedicated
的
on
最重要的事
establishment
情
of
上。
this
那我
university. I couldn't
所做
understand
的
at the
选择
time,
就
but I
是我要把我
believed
自己
that
捐出去
his
哈。于是呢，我就
but
确
he
实
is
捐
making he
到
was
了这
making
个
the
大
best
学。
choice. So I decided I
当
want
时
to
呢，
give
我其实
away
不知道要
myself.
去学校学
I
什
signed
么，
up for
我也不
university.
知道这些方式可以
And,
帮我
and
做
at the
什么，但是
beginning,
我真的
I
相
didn't
信老
know
师。
what I should do,
我们
but I
在
decided I
做
want to
我们
trust my
的
teacher.
这个大健康的项目的时候，我
I
们会
was
发
doing
现
a
很多
health
人呢，
project. I
有
was in the
3个
health
字最
industry.
重要哈，它叫做依
There are
从性。
3 keywords. The
我们
first one
来到我们
is
这里的客户，
following,
他如何能够拿到健康的结果？他的依从性特别高的话，他就可以拿到结果。
or the sense
那
of
么这
compliance.
个依从性怎么
for all the clients joining us, the way for them to achieve high outcome was the level of compliance, which means the level of how much they're following our suggestions. While I was studying in DSEU, I started to realize that what he's teaching was the principles that he had been tried out more than 20 years from his experiences in the diamond industry.
报了金大是一时冲动哈，觉
At the
得
beginning,
哎
I
呀，我
thought
好
it
像
was
觉得
just
很
some
感谢
kind
老
of
师，做了一件支持老师的事情。那后来我发现，原
a
来这
sudden
件事情
burst
是我
of
这辈子
interest
做
that
的
I
最好
signed up for
的事情，而
DSEU.
且是
But then
最
I
没有风
understood
险，
this is
而
the
且是
best
投资
and
回报率最高的一件事情。
risk-free
那我
and
可以告诉大家，现在我的感
investment
觉
that I ever made, and the ROI, the
我
return
感
on
觉我好像获得
investment
了
is
新的
significant.
基因，我很难
Now I
用
felt
语
that
言来
I
描述啊。
have
就是
acquired a new
过
set of
去
genes.
即使我在这种西方的教育的过程中哈，我们
Before,
学
while I
我
was
们学
in
习如何的合作，
Western
如何的
academia,
diversity 啊，
the
就是
sense of
这
diversity,
个
the
接纳
sense of
和不同
cooperations,
的
the
人
sense
不同的
of
思维人合作。
welcoming
而
the
我的这个经
inclusivity
历，在我从小长大的
among
那
all
一
the
段时
races and
间，实际
ethnicities.
上是零
But
和一
the
是这样的一个
primordial
是
or the
是和
prototype
非
that
的
I
区别
learned
啊。所以让
was
我把这
the
些
zero and one or yes and no,
这
black
个
and white.
好好的去适应这样的一个新的世界的不断的变化。
But for
其
me
实我
to
会发现很多时候我做不到的哈。
understand,
而
or
在
for
这
me
个大
to
学里面，老师教的
to
东
get
西让我觉
used
得
to
哇哦，
this
我原来有一
world,
组基
this
因，我
new
现在
kind
获
of
得了一组
world
新的
and
基因。
culture,
虽然我
I
现在的
really
说的
felt
这组基因我都
discomfort.
不
But
好，
at
但是我这样
DSU,
的
I
孩子
really
也不多。
acquired a new
在
set of
那
gene.
儿
I couldn't do it
老师
nicely,
已
but
经把这个
it was
装进
there.
了我的身体中啊，这种感
And
觉。
the teacher, he
那
installed
我
the
当然是
gene
需要不
inside
断的
of
训
me.
练啊。那我现在的感觉就
Of
是，
course, we
哇
need to
哦，
do practice
当我
after
在想零
practice.
和一的时候，我开始思考，哦，其实还有第三种选择啊。当然，老师用了
When I
很
started,
多
when
的
I
他的
started to
经历
think,
和故事，
I
他
began
在
to
真正
realize
的
that there's a
商
third
战
choice.
中啊，我们就叫做，其实有的时候商战也很残酷的，
When
但
Geshe
是
Michael
在
was
这样的
sharing
情
about
境下，
the
他可
what we
以
call a
用
business war, or
用
sometimes they
喜
can
悦
get
哈，用这
cruel.
种非常用西方的这个东方的哲思来
He's
真正
able
的
to
来
make
应用
this
到
um,
他的商业中哈，并且获得
apply
成功。
this
所以
Eastern
我觉
philosophy
得
into his
非常
business
非常的酷
activities
啊。
and achieve
那我自
success
己也觉得，
using it.
我自己无论是我们学了什么企业管理
And me
呀，
myself,
这个战略呀、传承啊、
I think
情商等等的这
or
些，
studied,
我
you
最好
know,
的现在一个感觉就
emotional
是
intelligence or strategic
过去哈，
management,
我在
the
这个世界500强企业，我们在用的时候，
heritage
我
and
们是
all
在
those
自己
stuff.
头脑在用啊。所以很
When
多
I
的时候
was
你会
in a
发现，
Fortune
这些
500
道理，
company,
这么
we
多
were
的基础
using
理
it
论
with
性的
our
方法我
mind.
都有，可是我拿不到
I know
结果，
all
拿不到
the
最后的结
reasons,
果。
I know
而现
all
在
the
呢，我发
ways to
现
solve the problem, but I just
这
couldn't
个
get
东
the
方的哲
result.
思让我
But
的内
after,
心啊，真的就是填满了。
but with
这个
the
填满的感觉就
Eastern
是
philosophy, it fills my heart,
才思泉涌啊。老师曾经
and I
讲
feel
过一件事情，
inspired.
他说，我们说问老师，你如何的让一
Actually, the
个
Geshe Michael used
项
to
目哈，或者一
teach.
个公司持续的增长？那
He
老师就
said
讲到，
how
他
to
说
keep a
我
company
每一
grow
次在
steady,
一个
has a
项目
steady growth
在
rate.
走一
And
个
Geshe
曲
Michael
线的
said,
时候，他走的有一点
whenever
上
we're
面
on
的
a
时候，我
curve
一定要再做
on
2家
the
新
life
的
cycle of an
那我也
industry, of
是
a
因为
company,
老
when
师
it's
的这
on
样的
this
一个启
decaying
发哈，我
stage,
也
I have
开
to
始不
start
断的去
two
尝
more
试一些
new
新的项目。
companies.
果然哈，他
Because
让我
Geshe
们
Michael
的
said
整
that,
个的团
I
队
decided
团
to
队哈，
start
就
new companies,
这种
new
有一种生生
projects.
不息的感觉
And
哈。所
because
以
of
要
that,
总
it
结一
really
下，
keep
老
our
师
team
最
alive
少
and
啊
running.
每次给
So
了
to
1000
sum
元
up,
奖励哈，去
one
问
time
答
Geshe
他
Michael
讲的所有的
asked
核心是什么。
$1,000
那我得
questions
到
and
的就
asked
是
what's the
我们要带
essence
着
of his
喜悦
teaching.
去服务这个世
And
界
the answer that I got
啊。
is we
那
have to
我
serve the
这一段
world
的分
with
享
sense
就
of
到这里啊。
enjoyment.
真的，老师
And
在
that concludes my
过
sharing.
程中哈，真的是真金白银的
He
奖励
is
我们
really teaching
对
really rewarding us with money,
真的
real money.
很多的语言没有办法来描述哈，在这个
And sometimes I felt speechless. There's no word can describe what I learned.
还给您，然后大家
I will give the floor back to our host.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay, I see, guys, that you are excited. I feel it. I cannot see it yet, but I feel it. You're all excited. And I invite you to share your questions. If there are any questions, please don't be shy. Even a small question, maybe it will help to others. And also, while everyone is thinking about questions, you can also think about what is my main takeaway from today's webinar. what is my the most valuable thing that I'm taking away with me today. You spent some time with us, and thank you for that. And I want you to appreciate your time and think, what is the most valuable thing that you're taking with you? And Edmund, hi, I see you in the video. Do you see any questions on your side, maybe? I don't see any questions so far.
Oh, sorry, I didn't unmute myself.
Oh.
Yeah, we are welcome any question about our for DSU and also especially for the new mission. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the what actually as mentioned in Geshe Michael's videos, what inspired me most is that for this batch of our students, especially before our accreditation, we don't have any certificate or diploma because we are still not yet accredited. But those group of students actually have a very special. I would say that it's a once in a lifetime that they can have the opportunity to build a university together. Actually, in fact, actually, it's kind of a special group, and we are actually seeking for such a group of that crazy people like that. But in terms of the seed, if you know about the seed, that will I believe that those group of people is actually planting a very special seed, which is supporting the foundation of the university. And this is as long as this university continues, so those seeds will go on and will benefit different generations by generation in the future. This is very unique and very powerful. I really appreciate it. If yeah, this is the kind of we only have one chance to do it. Otherwise, after the university get accredited, well, that is a different story. Yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
and also to me, why Geshe Michael will set up the university at the age of the 70s? Because to me, you know, my background, I work for PwC for many years, and also I have helped a lot of companies to do IPOs. Actually, in the past, I talked to a lot of the owners for the IPOs, and why they do the IPOs. You know what is the answer I got the most? Can you guess? It is
No.
not for me.
I don't think that maybe someone doesn't know what IPO is actually. Type 111 if you know what IPO is.
Yeah, in fact, for the people who especially for the business owners to do the IPO, one of the answer I will heard actually the most is that he or she want the companies to have a very good succession in the future. I believe this is also one of the reasons that Geshe Michael start his university in his age of 70. You know, as long as we have this foundation, like a accredited university, which was well recognized around the world, then we can have a very good foundation, and we can use this platform to carry on the wisdom, even though the founders is no longer there. We can carry the wisdom in different generation through this platform. This is one of the very very sorry. This is one of the goals that the university can play in the succession of the wisdom. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, Edmund. I see one question in the chat. It's in Russian. I translated it into English. And Evgeny is asking, what is the difference between DCI and DSEU? Because there are
Yeah.
two programs and
Yeah, this is the
yeah.
very good question. Actually, I think most of the people here in Zoom, especially, we know about DCI a lot because I believe many of us have joined the DCI classes. And I think the difference, of course, the Western part is obvious, very obvious because we have a professor from the Western University as to teach the Western part. This is very obvious. But even for the Eastern parts, if you join this as a lecture by Geshe Michael just now, actually in DSEU, Geshe Michael taught a lot about how people to do the business. This is one of the focus because DSEU will start from a business school. We have our curriculum basically if you see our curriculum you will know that many in fact all of the courses are the same as normal business school. For example, we have a class about negotiation, we have a class about strategy, we have class about how to recruit and how to retain best people. This is all are the business skill required for especially for entrepreneurs. So that's one of the reasons why we call ourselves Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University. So this is this and also because we are teaching a small group of people. For example, for this year we are recruiting 30 people for SLP and MBA, and we will recruit 40 people for YLP. So we will have a student with a very small group, and then Geshe Michael. Many of the time, people, our student can have many chances to ask a question for Geshe Michael himself directly in the class. So this is one of the I think is one of the major difference as compared with DCI. So for DCI we taught the topic is more about where is in general suitable for most of the people, but for DSU the topic we selected is mainly for especially for entrepreneurs. Yeah, this is one.
I would also think that DSEU is a university. Like if you compare, like in usual world, we take a university program and we take a like training program, training company. So DCI is for me at least, is a training company which provides different types of trainings based on the ancient wisdom. DSEU is a university. It's like it will provide in the future like a proper degree, like bachelor degree or master's degree or PhD, and all those things are very important. And as you mentioned, it combines East and West because DCI doesn't do that. DCI only gives the Asian part. This one is a combination of East and West. And as you also mentioned correctly, Geshe Michael spends a lot of time with our students, and our program is 22 months. Comparing to shorter programs of DCI. So it's a big difference, yes, if you start to compare in that respect. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and one more thing I think I would like to emphasize that in DSU we will have uh, all the classes by Geshe Michael is in-person classes. So we will have classes in Kyoto and also Sedona, and all the classes will be in-person class rather than online classes. Yeah, and this is I believe one of the very few programs that we will have in-person class with Geshe Michael himself. Yeah.
yeah, amazing. I like that question because a lot of people know about DCI, and when something new appears, it's always clarify what is the difference. And I love DCI. I love their programs. But DSEU is, as I mentioned, is a university thing, and it's something different. Good. Thank you. I don't see any other questions. Anything else you want to add, Edmund, before we wrap up?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, again, I would like to share because our university is actually very, very new. as compare recently, I have just studied the history of one of the top 100 university in the world. Can you guess what on average the number of years that the university, the top 10 university in the world? Can you guess how many years
How
for
old
those
is
universities? Yeah,
like
yeah.
100? I don't know. It's out of
No,
blue.
actually it's 200 for the top
200 years.
10 universities,
Wow.
200 years on average. So in fact, at DSU, as compared with those university, are quite young. We're only 2 years old, baby. But I think in terms of seats, if you can support this kind of university in the early stage, I believe it is a very uh, uh, a great chance to support this kind of university because we will if you support us in the early stage, as long as the university goes on, your seat will double every year. So I believe it's one of the most good investment, no matter you join a university as a student or you support us in any kinds of ways. Because then and then also I would like we will have programs called Ocean of Wisdom program, which all the funds donation will receive will be used in our in especially nowadays for the build sorry for the yeah, this is the QR code for the our Ocean of Wisdom project. And then most of the fundraise we will use them for for example, the building of our campus. Yeah, as some of the people might know, actually we just bought a land in Sedona, and now we also have some target. We will find some a very good place in Kyoto as well. And then we are in process of discussing with the local government whether they are willing to sell those buildings to us. And also in Sedona, actually, uh, uh, you can show the other PPT. There's a land in Sedona. We already purchased our first small piece of land in Sedona, which you can see in this picture. It is a very, there's a very interesting story. After we bought the land, as you can see in this picture, how the shape of the land looks like. Actually, it looks like a diamond-shaped land. And then if you watch the land, this picture carefully, you can see a small S in this land. Is anybody can see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this land actually include the diamond and the silk element in our land. So when I see this picture, and we don't know about the shape before we buy the land. It actually is in this year's our study tour in Sedona. We have a original photo for this land. Oh, when I see the picture, wow! To me is that when I see the picture, I would like to say is that nothing happens without any reasons. I believe that if I there must be some reason you are hearing this show to hear in this Zoom and hear about the story of the DSU. We must have planted some good seeds in the past that we can see that the DSU was founded, and also we will make very great progress in a very short year, which only in 2 years. Normally, if you study the history for the normal university, so for the first 2 years, you will never hear any of the university that we have already start our classes already. So actually, as compared with other university, we did a very great and very substantial achievement in only in 2 years. This is also because of we have very special seats that to let us have such kind of achievement. So I would like to say is that there is nothing happens with no reason. So there must be some reason that you are hearing our call, our in our Zoom right now, or you are watching our our seminar in YouTube rather. There must be some reason. The reason is that we definitely planned some good seed together in the past, so that we can witness the university have such great achievement now. But more importantly, if we want to have similar seeds to see our university will continue in 1,000 years, what shall we do?
Plant more seeds.
Yeah, so I know everybody knows the answer. We need to plant it together now as well to support DSEU together. So I believe we will see in 100, maybe in 1,000 years later, we will witness our university have grown in a very, very big university and become the best university in the world. Yeah, this is what I would like to say at the end, of this section.
Yes, that's great. And yeah, here we have our QR codes. Please scan them. And also in the chat, I posted some links. One, if you want to support us, if you want to join us as a student, you can learn more about our programs also there, and also join our Telegram group, not to miss any of the future upcoming webinars as well. Thank you so much, Edmund. Thank you so much, technical team. Thank you so much, our dear interpreters. You keep supporting us every time. They are volunteering every time. And I do apologize that we went over 1.5 hours, as I promised you in the very beginning. I do apologize. I hope you have a great celebration of the upcoming new year. I wish everyone for all your dreams come true. The big dreams, the small dreams, all the dreams that you wish to have. Please make sure that you're planting great seeds for that. And wish you a happy new year, happy celebration. And how to say it? Have a great, amazing, beautiful, wonderful New Year celebration and a similar New Year itself. We will see you next time in January 2025. And please come, please don't miss our announcements. Yes, let's send some flowers, celebration, I don't know, emotions and everything just to celebrate the New Year, celebrate DSEU and other great projects as well. And yourself, of course. Thank you so much, everyone.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm known without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go. I just don't know what to do if you go. I've been so selfish and made you believe that you're not good enough, but you're all I need. I take you places that you've never been. I would give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just give me one more chance. I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I to do.